I was thinking when you talked about the person who identifies that this is the one event or this is the series of circumstances that I have, someone says, I have done these and I have become fully enlightened,
eternally happy
because I did these things. And then they tell the next person, the next person's like, oh, I can just do those things, whatever. I was thinking, like, how, in a way, it's like the Buddha told people, like, kind of that, in a way, but he's not saying it's just things that happen to you. It's like, a path of, like a, it's a observation.
It's more
skills of the mind.
Develop these skills, and things will happen.
Yeah.
And then it's just how you go about those things.
But I was thinking that you would think if someone said that, who was just saying it's circumstances, that other people would be like, well, I can't do that because my life's different than yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
even the end game of it doesn't work.
It doesn't translate to anyone else being able to...
The end game of it is like the few people who could do it, but then everybody else who's born and can't go through those exact circumstances has to effectively rely on reincarnation. So they have to believe in reincarnation, or otherwise their plan doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly.
That they are going to be reincarnated into a place into a position in a life where those circumstances are possible for them to go through exactly that sequence of things. Because there's no other way that their plan can work. So yeah.
Yeah. I just thought that was funny.
Yeah. But that you have to think about it quite far in there.
And
be malleable with your thinking to figure out what exactly the stuff is. Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise you might fall for it and think it's...
probably the tricky part is how a lot of people probably have thought quite far. They just haven't thought far enough to the end game. So they're like, and it's all... A lot of it subconscious, but a lot of it on surface thoughts as well. Justifying why they do the things they do. To be like, these things make me happy, these things don't. I'm going to go for more of those things because there's probably one of those things. You think far enough and get wrapped up in the thoughts without understanding what's actually taking place.
Yeah.
And then end up kind of stuck in this rigid thing, so many rigid walls all over the place that are very subtle.
My house.
All the way back. You build this fortress of this framework of circumstances and perception of circumstances, rigid perspective, dead thing. Person is born, person dies, doesn't learn anything. Every single human keeps doing it. None of them find the thing because it doesn't exist, because none of them have gone that far. And it's almost like that. What do you call it? If I say the sky is black and white stripes. If nobody ever sees the sky, then we can't say that it's not. And it's everybody has this belief that a chain of circumstances will make them happy. Nobody's ever actually done it, so nobody can say
it's not true.
It's not.
Yeah.
Because nobody's ever somebody. The only way of I forget what revert. There's probably some term for it, but it's not process of elimination, but the opposite of it, where it's until we find the thing, we can't prove that it's not the thing.
Yeah.
But if nobody ever finds the thing, then nobody can ever prove that it is or isn't the thing. So there's only one outcome of either somebody finds the thing or we're always going to keep looking.
Yeah. And that's also...
It's what would make you stop looking? Somebody finds the thing and it's not that. But then they found the thing.
Yeah, but it's all... I was going to say, it's also intertwined with ignorance, that, you can't see what you can't see, so even there are people who have reached full enlightenment, but the people not seeing it, they're not going to, understand that to get to the point that it's not the thing that they can't find.
I didn't see what you did.
That has been found, but isn't just a easy thing or just a thing to happen.
Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah, the obviousness of life is very subtle.
Yeah.